Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe below and hit that notification bell. So today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually do. I'm basically going to be sharing with you all my Chanel No. 5 bottle collection and just sharing my love for this fragrance with you all. So without further ado, let's get started. So when you look at the history of the Chanel No. 5 perfume, it is quite unique. Many say it is revolutionary and it continues to push boundaries to this day, which is what I hope you'll be able to see by the end of this video. So it was released in 1921, and I just realized that's almost 100 years ago. And in that time, perfumes were known to smell like one single or distinct flower. So you either had like peony fragrance or a lily fragrance or a rose fragrance, you name it. But Coco was not satisfied with that, so she decided to change it. Chanel No. 5 actually contains over 80 different scents, one of those being jasmine, along with a slew of other scents that give it that musky smell. For those of you who've already smelled Chanel No. 5, you know what I'm talking about. And the jasmine flowers are picked in the fields of Grasse. Grasse is a city in the south of France. It's actually known as the perfume capital of the world. And I had the chance to visit that city a couple of years back. They have an amazing museum all about perfumes in that city, which is worth the detour if you are ever in the south of France. So I highly recommend it if you're a perfume enthusiast like I am. So as for the name of the perfume No. 5, the story is quite simple. So Ernest Beau, the perfumer who collaborated with Coco for this scent, presented her with a number of samples of perfumes or fragrances. So they were numbered from number 1 to 5 and 20 to 24. And as you might guess, Chanel preferred the sample No. 5, hence the name No. 5. And with her scent chosen, she was curious to see how people would react to this new type of smell. So rumor has it, she would sit outside her boutique on Rue Cambon and kind of spray the perfume on passers-by without them noticing, and the perfume turned quite a few heads. So Coco Chanel took this as a success, and she was absolutely right about that. Chanel would present her collections on the 5th of the month. So as you might have guessed, the perfume was presented alongside her collection on the 5th of May, the 5th month of the year in 1921, making the name Chanel No. 5 all the more fitting. So when it came to choosing the bottle that would hold her perfume, Mademoiselle didn't want a fancy bottle that was common in those days for brands like Lalique or Guerlain. She really wanted the bottle to represent what it would contain, so she opted for a simple flagon. Now, there are quite a few rumors that surround this bottle. Many say that it represented the whiskey bottle her lover boy Capel would carry around. Others say that the rectangular tip of the bottle represented the geometry of the Place Vendôme. I don't know if any of this is true, but you must admit, it kind of does look like a whiskey flask. And as for the geometry of Place Vendôme, it is rectangular shaped just like the bottle stopper. Now, the shape of the bottle has changed over time, but we can all agree that this bottle does not look dated at all. You can't tell what era it's from. It is kind of a classic and timeless shape, just like Coco Chanel wanted. And this is really needless to say, but Chanel No. 5 has become iconic of the 20th century. Even Andy Warhol depicted it in one of his works quite a number of years ago. For those of you who didn't know, Chanel No. 5 was the first fragrance to ever be advertised in a Super Bowl. It was the first female fragrance to be represented by a man, Brad Pitt, a couple of years ago. And during World War II, soldiers would line up outside her boutique on Rue Cambon in order to pick up a flagon of her perfume and to bring home to their wives waiting at home. So this really made the fragrance explode. It became known all around the world, and even Marilyn Monroe was once interviewed saying that she wears a couple of drops of No. 5 to bed every night. Now, for me personally, I gravitate to No. 5. Honestly, not for the scent. I'm not a fan of the smell personally, but I do respect the fact that it is an iconic perfume. It did push boundaries and was revolutionary for the perfume world of its time. I really am a fan though of the classic shape of the bottle. I feel like it makes such a cute decorative piece on like your bookshelves at home. And honestly, it's like holding a little piece of history in your hands, which is fantastic. So as you might have guessed, I do use the perfume bottles as decor on my bookshelves. I find it looks very cute and classy and just brings a little Chanel touch to my household. So I have a total of 4 bottles. I'm going to show you them right now. So these 2 are vintage bottles. I bought them at a vintage boutique in London about a year ago. So based on the shapes and the shapes of the bottle stoppers, as well as what it says on the tags, they are from the 70s, these 2 bottles. As you can see, this one says number 19. And this was a special perfume that they released in 1971 to commemorate Coco Chanel's birthday, which was on the 19th of August. Whereas this one is the classic Chanel number 5, we all know. And like I said, because of the proportions between the bottle stopper and the bottle itself, it is from the 70s. And I'll just show you how this opens, although I don't really open it that often. So it's a bottle stopper like this that you just put. The number 19 is also a stopper. My third bottle is this mini one, and it was gifted to me by my mother-in-law. She told me that back in the day they used to give out Chanel samples in mini like number 5 bottles. I don't know if this is still true today, but I found it so cute. I decided to put it on my bookshelf with the rest of my bottles. And for the last one, it's the more modern or recent version of the perfume. I decided to add it in my collection just because it kind of completed the collection. And as you can see, it is more recent because it's not a stopper anymore. It's kind of a spray bottle you push down on, and you can actually see the little tube inside the bottle. So that's my Chanel number 5 collection. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned more about the history of number 5 and you understand why it's like holding a little piece of history in your hands. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comment box. I'll be sure to answer them, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!